Hey guys, happy Friday! You're live in Sarah's kitchen. So, let me repost this video real quick. Hold on, give me a sec. I'm still here. I just want to post so more people can jump on and see what I'm up to. Really exciting Friday night we got going. I'm still here. Hey. All right, so I get asked a lot, like, what do I eat? How do I make it? Apparently I'm known for my food. So I just keep like not wanting to do it because it's kind of a hassle to get all this set up and to like clean my kitchen so it looks presentable and all that jazz. But I just figured I gotta start doing it. So here we are. We're gonna do this, and there may be a few hiccups along the way, but we're gonna make it happen. So if you're on live and you love pumpkin just as much as I do, like post below, comment, tell me who's on. Sometimes it shows me who's on, sometimes it doesn't. Right now it's not showing me who's on. But one thing that I put in the description of this video was hashtag healthiest weekend ever. And I challenged my clients and my team this weekend to not let the weekend get loose, because I feel like so many of us that are on this health, fitness, wellness journey allow ourselves to get loose on the weekends. We allow ourselves to just say, it's the weekend, I deserve it, I worked really hard, I deserve it. But here's the deal, guys. What you deserve is to continue to fuel your body and to continue to get that good stuff in your body, because the more that you do that, the more your body's going to crave that, and the more it's going to become a habit. Because honestly, the weekend is life, right? The weekend is your real life. The weekend is not a dress rehearsal. The weekend is life. And if you want to make this a lifestyle, it includes the weekends. So I challenge my team to let's make it the healthiest weekend ever. Like, let's stop with the excuses, stop with the bullshit, and let's get healthy this weekend. Like, let's stay on track this weekend. Now, on track doesn't mean that you're super strict and you eat like a rabbit. Hey, guess what? My brother came to visit last weekend, and I posted a little bit about it. He came to do a photo shoot. And he told me, he's like, you know what I love about what you and Adam do is that you guys eat, like, you eat healthy, but you don't eat like rabbits, you eat. And he's like, I love coming here because you just fill me with the best food ever. And that's the same when my parents come. I think they love it because we're always cooking, we're always making incredible meals. And that's what it's about. It's about fueling our bodies and getting in the kitchen and having fun. If you can listen, I got some jams playing. Because when I get in the kitchen, it's like a mindset, you know? I really try to let all that other stuff go, and I just focus on the kitchen. I don't worry about all the other stuff that I have to do. I just say, you know what, I'm in the kitchen, I'm gonna put my heart and soul into this food that I make. So it's really just about figuring out how to make recipes better. So it's interesting, this recipe that I'm gonna talk to you guys about tonight, the hip and healthy pumpkin bars. I made this recipe like 2 years ago, and I'm gonna change it up tonight because I know a little bit more about nutrition, and I feel as though the recipe can be improved even more than what it is showing. So we're gonna improve it. So we're gonna talk about that. And that just is a testament to show that you never stop learning when you're on this journey. Like, I learn every day what is a better option than what I knew was an option yesterday. So always learning, always growing, always knowing how to fuel my body. So speaking of healthiest weekend ever, I have committed and I'm drinking a LaCroix instead of alcohol. This is how we get healthy. I'm not saying alcohol is bad, I'm just saying that you know, it's easy on the weekends to drink, especially as we get into the holidays and winter, but you got to really pull back on that alcohol because it is, it's just really toxic for your body. So yeah, Should we get started? Should we get started on these pumpkin bars? Okay, so I totally laid everything out, just like it's my real cooking show. Hey. It's totally not the right setup, but it's all good. You guys get it. So if you see the link in the description here, you'll get the recipe. You can follow the recipe, but like I said, I'm gonna change up the recipe just a little bit, so you're gonna wanna stay on live to see what I change. Hey Cami, what's up, girl? Oh, you're drinking the LaCroix too, good. Passion fruit, I haven't tried that one. I drink grapefruit, that is my favorite. Can everybody hear me from way back here? Can you still hear me? If so, give me a yes, or a thumbs up, or a fun emoji. Maybe you can give me like a fun emoji or something. Okay, so when we bake, hey, okay, good. So when we bake, you know, the problem with baking is that you really have to kind of stay on point with your ingredients. So these may or may not turn out. I'll post after the video and let you know, but we're gonna change it up a little bit because I call for a cup of whole wheat flour, and I don't have whole wheat flour, but what I do have is I have brown rice flour, and I have oat flour, and I'm gonna use a combination of both. So I'm gonna do a half a cup of each one. I just like these because they're gluten-free. Where is my, of course I don't have a half cup thing, it's missing. I like that these are gluten-free, and you know, not that I need to be gluten-free, I just feel like my body does better when I don't have gluten. And for those of you that don't know what gluten is the protein in wheat. So most things that have wheat are gonna have gluten. Sometimes you have wheat that doesn't have gluten because somehow it's genetically taken out or something, I don't know. It's not that I avoid wheat completely, I just don't eat a lot of wheat. And our wheat has been, it's been different. Like they changed our wheat, how wheat was grown and how wheat was processed back in the 1950s. So, you know, I think our generation has never really had the true quality wheat that that we should, or that previous generations had. Okay, I'm putting these away as I'm using them. So otherwise it's gonna be a mess. Can you see my, I don't know if you can see in here, but I have all my spices and then all my mason jars with all my stuff. I try to stay kind of organized. Okay, so I'm mixing all the dry ingredients first. It calls for brown sugar, but I'm gonna put the brown sugar / coconut sugar in with the wet ingredients. Okay, so the next dry ingredient would be flax seeds, but flax seeds actually don't do anything nutritionally for you unless you grind them, because your body can't digest flax seeds, or you soak flax seeds. So you can soak flax seeds and then they become sprouted. And not sprouted where it's like sprouting a root, it's just they're sprouted, like they're starting to germinate. Your body can process those. Okay, so, but right now what I'm gonna use is flax meal. So this is just ground, this is ground flax seed. So I'm looking for 2 tablespoons of this. So I have ground flax seed. Flaxseed is really good just for a lot of things, and it's good with protein. And Darren O'Lean, the creator of Shakeology, actually just posted a link about flaxseed, and I need to read it. I haven't read it yet, but something about how it's really good for women and our women's parts. So I need to read about that. And I store flaxseed in the fridge because it's a seed, so once it's ground down, it just needs to be kept colder. Okay, so next dry ingredient is baking powder, and then we also have baking soda. And I'm so not a knowledgeable baker, so I don't know what these do. I know they definitely do something, and I know they're needed. So baking powder, I need a teaspoon. And then baking soda, I need a half of a teaspoon. Baking powder, baking soda, half. Okay, Coolio. And then I need some cinnamon. So I'm gonna mix that in with my dry ingredients. if you guys are ever looking for good spices, what I do with spices is I buy them from a company called Penzeys. They're a Wisconsin-based spice company, and I buy the jar, and then whenever I need to refill it, I just buy the spices in bulk. So I don't know if you do that, but I use a lot of spices in my cooking. I mean, when you cook whole foods, you gotta season them with something. So I will buy all of my seasonings and spices in bulk. So like this cinnamon, I've had this bottle forever, and I just keep buying a bulk bag of cinnamon and I fill it up. Okay, so this calls for 2 teaspoons. Ooh, that's a lot. I'm trusting this recipe. I haven't made this in a long time. Okay, 2 teaspoons. And then 1 teaspoon of nutmeg. So fallish. So much like fall. Okay, nutmeg in there. What's next? I got chili powder laying out. That shouldn't be out. My chili's cooking away right now. We're having chili for dinner. Okay, next is salt, 1/2 of a teaspoon of salt. So I know I talked a little bit about this, but I use pink Himalayan salt. I also buy this in bulk. I get this on Amazon. I can post the link if y'all want it. But I buy this 5-pound bag of salt because I love salt, and I promise you salt is not the enemy if you have the right salt. So pink Himalayan salt is the rawest, form of salt. So this is how salt comes from the earth. Table salt is just dyed. Sorry, my light is super bright. Table salt is just bleached and stripped of every mineral. So this is actually really detoxifying for your body. It's actually really, really, really good for you. So this is my salt. I buy it in bulk, and then I put it in a salt shaker. So I need a half. I need a teaspoon. This is still dry. Okay, so that's all my dry ingredients. So I'm just gonna mix those together. So you really want to get the clumps out, obviously. You guys know how to bake. You guys all know this. Right? So it's Friday night. Thanks for joining me. You must be having a really exciting Friday night also. Okay, so we got that going. I still have a few clumps, but you know, we're just gonna move on. Okay, wet ingredients. So, I need my can of pumpkin. So I have 1 can of pumpkin. I wanna just show you guys this. I got this at my health food store. God, that light is so damn bright. Shit. Why is that so bright? I can't get it to show you guys. Anyways, it's organic pumpkin, and the key here is to get, when you buy canned foods, really look for BPA free. BPA, let's talk about BPA since we're talking. BPA is like it's a form of plastic, and it's actually like some sort of chemical that they used to use in birth control. So it's like it increases your estrogen, or I don't know, it's really crazy. And you know, like BPA in a small amount is not gonna kill you, but BPA is in everything. Like every canned good has BPA, every receipt is BPA. It's crazy. You can read about it and do some research or watch a Netflix documentary about it or something, but BPA is terribly toxic, and you want to spend the extra money to stop putting BPAs in your family's body and buy canned foods that are BPA free. If I were you, that's what I would do. Okay, so next ingredient is coconut oil, and again, another, soapbox thing that I don't do. I don't own a microwave. I don't use a microwave because microwaves cause cancer. Don't quote me on that, but I've done some research. So I use this double boiler. You know, there's water on the bottom. This is like how a lot of people cook chocolate, but I put my coconut oil on the top, and this is always on my stove because my dogs get coconut oil in the morning with their prebiotics. So we always have melted coconut oil in here because it's got to be melted to mix it. So we are using melted coconut oil here, 1/4 of a cup. So let me just measure this out. You definitely want it to be liquefied. Okay. And then we are doing 1/4 of a cup of almond milk. You want to make sure you get unsweetened. It doesn't have to be almond milk, it can be cashew milk. I love making homemade cashew milk, like I love it. I just don't have any right now. And I make homemade cashew milk by doing 1 cup of raw cashews and 4 cups of water, and then I just blend it in the Vitamix for like 7 minutes, and it's like the best milk ever. Okay, let's see. What else? Okay, so my brown sugar needs to be added to this, but I'm not going to use, so I call for 1/3 of a cup of brown sugar, but I'm not going to use the whole 1/3 cup brown sugar. I'm actually going to do half brown sugar and half coconut sugar. Coconut sugar is just a little bit lower on the glycemic index, and I just want to mix it up a little bit. So I don't have 1/2 of a 1/3, so I'm going to eyeball it. I'm going to do just like probably like I don't know, a little bit less than 1/4. We're going to eyeball it. Because if we get a little bit less sugar, you know, it's not that big of a deal. This is 1/8 of a cup, by the way. So I'm doing like 3/4 of 1/8 for each one times 2. So that's gonna get me about 1/3. I don't know, I'm just eyeballing this, guys. It's just sugar. But I really like coconut sugar. It's got a really good, it's got a nutty taste, so really good for fall recipes. And my brown sugar that I get is organic cane sugar, like organic brown cane sugar. So it's not as processed. I mean, it's still sugar. A sugar is a sugar is a sugar, and sugar's just really not good for you no matter what. But if you're gonna use sugar and you're gonna have sweets, because you can't, get rid of everything. We're gonna have some sweets. You want to at least get a better quality ingredient. Okay, so I'm mixing all that up. That looks amazing. I don't know about you, but I like the taste. Okay, vanilla. 1 teaspoon. I don't even know if I have a teaspoon of vanilla in here. Oh yeah, I do, just enough. And then I always like to use a little bit of almond extract. I don't know, I just love how almond extract tastes. Just a little bit, you don't need a lot. Okay. What else? I think that's it, guys. I think that's it. So let me just mix this up. And this is like super easy. This is like, anybody can do this. Oh my God, that almond, it's just a little bit of almond. It makes it smell so good. Okay, let me put this away. Look, I'm putting away as I bake. And look, my kitchen's almost already clean. Adam's gonna be so proud of me because he calls me the Tasmanian devil when I'm in the kitchen. So maybe I need to go live more because it forces me to stay tidy. Okay, so now it says to set oven at 350 degrees, got that, that's already good. Combine all dry ingredients, combine all wet ingredients, and then add into your, and then add the dry mix into the wet. Okay, I can do that. So I'm just gonna add like half at a time. This looks like pumpkin pie filling. here. At least what you can see is clean. Just kidding, it's really not that messy behind me. Okay, you want to see it? Ooh. Okay, so this pan that I had is way too big. Like looking at the amount that's in that bowl, I'm gonna use a smaller glass pan. That one might be a little small, but we're gonna go with it. Okay, so you wanna take your pan and you wanna take some coconut oil. So I don't know about you, but when I buy these huge, big, massive things of coconut oil, it drives me crazy. So I just fill up a mason jar of coconut oil and I leave it on my kitchen counter because I use it all the time. And when I need to refill, I go into my pantry, I get my big thing of coconut oil out, and I refill my mason jar. So I'm just taking a little bit of this on my fingers. Guys, this is the easiest way to oil your pan, and it's most definitely the healthiest way. And coconut oil is good for your skin, so you just rub that in. Just don't touch your hair after you do this because it will make it really, really greasy. Just saying. And it's, you know, it's getting to be winter, so my skin's dry. It always dries out this time of year, so it'll soak that up real fast. Okay. So this recipe also calls for a topping. Cool Whip and light cream cheese. Now, again, this was 2 years ago when I first wrote this recipe. I would never eat Cool Whip now, so I won't be making that topping. If I come up with a better topping, I will post it and update the recipe, but for now, I'm just gonna make them as is. No topping needed. This is enough sugar for me. This is enough sweetness, so I don't need it. Let me get one of these guys. So I'm just gonna, you know, spread them out. Spread them out, and then let's see, it says 20 minutes. Oven 350 for 20 minutes. You wanna make it as even as possible, but it does not have to be perfect, guys. Unless you're a perfectionist, I guess. Okay, and then you get to lick the spoon. Anybody else do that? I always do that. Bad habit, I guess. Okay. And Adam just turned off the music. So this is going in. So we're done. See, so pretty. So pretty. So I'll post a picture. I got I put my, what do you call them, cast irons in the oven. I store them in the oven. And they're hot, because they've been in there. My big old cast irons. I love cooking on cast iron. Okay, so in they go. Timer for 20 minutes, and I'll post the finished product. If you guys have any questions, comment below. Make sure you check out the recipe and go pin it for me. Go put it on your Pinterest so you get to save it. You can access it again because these are really good, and I just want you to have a healthier, happier fall. Okay guys, happy Friday. We'll see you soon. Thanks for tuning in.